so let's take another example where fx is equal to x squared plus 1, x squared plus x plus 1. Calculate A on the area A on the interval 1 and 3. Here, as we see, A is 1 and B is 3. So, as usual, we will divide the interval 1 and 3 into n equal parts. So, delta x is B minus A by n, which is 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1 by n, which is 2 by n. So, the value of the ith interval fx I star is f a plus b minus a by n I. That is f a is equal to 1, b minus a is 2 by n I. So now we will just plug in this value of x into this x. So we will get the final value of f of x of ai as, so this is continuing from here. Okay, so this is f of x of I star is equal to 1 plus 2ni into x squared, so it will become 1 plus 2 by n I whole squared plus, this is x, so it will remain the same, so it is 1 plus 2 by n I plus 1. Okay, now we will just have to expand the expressions, so this will become 1 plus 4 by n squared I squared plus 2 into 2, that is 4 by n I, right, plus 1, this is nothing, no expansion at all, it remains the same, and plus 1. So what we get is, this is only one expression, so this becomes 4 by n squared I squared plus 4 by ni and 2 by ni is 6 by ni, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so this is the value of fxi. So now we just have to apply the Riemann sum formula. So it is limit as n tends to infinity, summation I is equal to 1 by n f of xi into delta of x. So what is f of xi? This is equal to 4 by n squared I squared plus 6 by ni plus 3. So it's better we write the formula first, it becomes more clear. So this is f of xi star into delta x, which is equal to summation x equal to 1 to n tends to infinity. Okay, f of xi is 4 by n squared I squared plus 6 by ni plus 3 into delta x. What is delta x? We found out as 2 by n into 2 by n. Okay. So now it's just a question of finding out, expanding and finding out. So this becomes limit as n tends to infinity. This is 4 into 2, that is 8. 8 by n squared, and n squared is n cubed into I squared, right? Plus 12i by n squared plus 6 by n. Okay, so this is what happens. Limit, and again we have to write the summation symbol before that. Okay. So, okay, so now we just have to replace, as we know, the formula for summation from I equal to 1, I squared, I, and a constant. So what we get here is 8 of I squared by n cubed. Okay, this summation of I squared is, summation of I squared we found was n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, right? Okay, plus 12 by n squared into I. Instead of I, we will write n into n plus 1 by 2 plus 6 by n. This is a constant, so we have to multiply this by n. So this will be summation of I is equal to 1 to n of this entire expression. So this becomes summation of I is equal to 1 to n. So this n and this cancels off. Okay, now we no longer have I squared, so this I squared will not be there. Okay, so it will be n by n cubed. Okay, so this will become 8 into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6n squared. So this will become square plus this n and this cancels off, this and this cancels off. So it is 6 into n plus 1 by n plus 6. Let's expand the first expression and see what happens. So this is again, we can cancel off 2. This is 4 into n plus 1. So we'll write here 4 and we'll write here 3. Okay, this will go into 3 times, this will go into this 4 times. Okay, so what we get now is 4 into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 3n squared, okay, plus 6 into n plus 1 plus by n plus 6. Okay, let's see, we'll come here. So finally we get the area as a limit as n tends to infinity. So even this one will disappear and only limit will remain here. Limit as n tends to infinity. Limit as n tends to infinity. Okay, fine. So this will become now just a question of finding out this one. So we'll come at this one. If you multiply everything, we will get limit of 8n squared plus 12 of n plus 4 by 3n squared. Okay, so this is what this part is equal to. So let's find out what this part is equal to. So plus, this is 6n plus 6 upon n. This is the second part and the last part is 6. Now let's again simplify all the expressions. So this is 8n squared by 3n squared, that will be 8 by 3. Okay, 12 by 3, n by n, this n and this n cancels, 12 will cancel with 3, so we'll be left with 4 by n, right? And this will be 4 by 3n squared. Now 6n by n is plus 6 by n plus 6 by n, and the last is 6. Now as n tends to infinity, this will be 0, this will be 0 and this will be 0. So we'll be left with 8 by 3 plus 6, which is equal to 44 by 3 square units is the same as 14 and 2/3 square units. Okay, so now hope you understand how to find out the area under any given expression, for any given expression, to calculate the area on a certain interval a and b. Thank you, and let's meet for the next lecture.